How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Obviously, we have now hit the 8th of August, which means only one thing, that the Kaito Kid skin is now released in honor of Kings. And obviously, as a skin gets released, especially a collab one as cool as this, we had to lock it in. I mean, just look how awesome this skin is for none other than Mr. Marco Polo, one of my mains into the farm lane. So let's jump into a video. Let's look at these effects and how cool this skin is. And obviously, when I got this skin, I streamed for about 5 hours, and I pretty much, I think all my games with Marco Polo I won. So clearly, skin buff. So let's check out this video. Right, so it's going to be a different game than I actually thought it was going to be, that I was going to actually look and overview, because it only saves the recording of so many games, I believe it was. And obviously, as I said in the introduction, guys, I played so many games with the Marco Polo skin that I pretty much got like 100% win rate with it. So we'll go for this game. The KDA is not as impressive as the other game we was going to go and look at, which was around about 9 kills, 2 deaths, and I think it was 8 assists or something like that. But it's still a positive KDA on this game, so we may as well lock in. We may as well have a look here. As you can see, obviously, the little kind of glider we see with the Kaito Kid come through is what he's going to be doing as he floats around. But just look at these effects, man. They are so nice. I honestly really liked the Conan one. But this one is a little bit better. It's hitting a little bit more diff, you know. I don't know if it's the top hat. I don't know whether it's the cape, but it's something. And I'm here for it. I love this skin. And like I said in the introduction, I had like 100% buff win rate for this skin as well for some reason, it seems. So we're going to keep going in there. Obviously, I forced my flash beginning part of that one because I didn't want the console U to kill me. But then I get hit by the oak bolt. And I mean, just look at it. Like, the oak bolt was so little off. It was just so little off. But unfortunately, we died. We come back, and we come back with vengeance. So here we are. I'm playing with none other than Juan and Hamps on this one. It's actually not a 5Q like my last one when I played the Conan skin. This is just a trio, which we were pretty much rocking most of the day. I think we had 2 5Q games. We won one, lost one. But most of them were a trio matchup. And we actually did pretty well. I'm now into Mythic. I think I'm Mythic 27 stars now, which is huge. The last video I recorded, I think I may have been about 16, 17 stars. So within around about a week, we've managed to get up around about 10 stars, back and forth kind of deal. But I've actually been getting a lot of MVP performances, regardless of it being a loss or a win. I've been quite a lot of MVP, which I'll show you towards the end of this. But just look at the effects of that splendid revolver, man. It's just so nice. And then when it hits the enemy team, like, cards come from above as well, which is pretty crazy. But we go for this board here, catch quite a few of the enemy team. We do get the kill onto the Suya, and obviously our Musashi does go down, but there it is, the Daidea on top of the Shuangzi as well. Look at the claims of more kills, and target hold comes from the Fang. We get the hit, and if that was just a centimeter more on that Oak Bolt, I would have been gonzo. I would have been dead at that point of the game, but we managed to nullify it. We managed to escape the fate of the Oak Bolt, and we're just trying to put a bit more pressure into that bot side of the map onto the console U. But now we have the wave clear, crashing in naturally. Just looking to try and put some pressure on here, just trying to get a little bit of damage, kind of completely whiffed that one. I'm sure we'll see some more on-point Fever barrages, because, I mean, most of the day I was kind of whipping them, but, man, we was getting quite good ones here. Obviously, rotation from Juan on the I Ching was very impressive. He played very well in this game, honestly. Like, I was struggling to actually, like, get in range of the Consort U, as in range of, obviously, Fang as well, but then he would come through with the Taken Liberties, with the world in my board, and absolutely dominate. But top side of the map, not having the greatest fun here. Obviously, Dune up against Li Xin is, if you don't know how Li Xin operates, I feel like it's a hard matchup for the Dune, because Dune, obviously, very quite item dependent. You got to know how to kind of like spam Gal's Benediction as well. Obviously, make the most of your win slash. That's going to be pretty huge if you don't get the second knock-up of that onto the Li Xin. And even if you do, he has CC immunity with one of his forms, right? So you got to be careful. Speaking of being careful, we do flash in, try to go for the Consort U. The damage just come through there. We pick up our 3rd kill of the game. Can we go for another one? We have to use the flash out of the side of those butterflies because, man, even though Shuangzi is a support, those butterflies hurt, bro. And there's me whiffing my splendid revolver once again. I do believe we do lose the first T1 up into the top side of the map there. Obviously, a lot of pressure being put into the clash lane. However, we just putting so much pressure down to this bot side. Normally when this happens, we get the whole team rotate through. Yet to see the Lee Sin rotate through here. So I think that's kind of like the difference maker so far within this match, that we haven't actually had a 5-man dive onto me, even though we're kind of like stomping their bot side. We're currently 3-2-1. Consort U is currently 3-2-1 as well. She is 3.2k gold, 3.5k gold. I'm 3.1k, so I'm actually behind a little bit here. So in terms of farm rate, she's actually doing a little bit better than me. But obviously, we do win the game. The good thing about Marco Polo is you're looking for that Spark Forge Dagger, as you can see down here. You want to go for the attack speed item as well. Fever Barrage coming through. A little bit of an interrupted one there because we had to just try and get the kill onto Schwangse. We try and get out there. We use the flash. We dodge the Oak Bolt, thanks to Hamps as well with the Heart Link. But as I was saying, back onto my point here, with Marco Polo, you're really looking at Spark Forge Dagger. Really looking at going for the Doomsday as your second item, right? Because of the attack speed it gives, but also obviously that early to mid-game power spike, which is what Marco Polo is all about, right? Like, if you can't finish the game pre-20 minutes, it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually try and win that match, because into the late game, Marco Polo starts to fall off. Other sides of the other heroes on the enemy team, they generally get their itemization through, especially if they are scaling heavier into the later part of the game. It becomes an issue of survivability. That's why you see a lot of people build like defensive items towards the latter part of the itemization. For the Marco Polo, you'll see me build the Frigid Charge as well as the Sage's Sanctuary, because we were getting dunked on a little bit. I think I died 5 times in total. So I was getting a little bit sick of dying. We got 4 kills on the board, so we're actually slowly starting to amass that kind of early mid-game lead that we really needed on the Marco Polo here. I feel like we are now ahead in terms of the gold of the Consort U by about 300 gold, so we are now ahead for the first time in this match, which is pretty huge when you think about it. Enemy team were able to get the Tyrant, unfortunately, so that is going to be a nice little bit of Brucey damage coming through here for the side of red, but we're going to make do with it. We're going to make do with it. Don't worry, guys. We will do our best to make sure we come out on top. We see that Fong's obviously tried to go for the Crimson Golem. Actually gets it as well. But does he get out alive? Nope. We meet it up. Oh, actually, no. He's into the backline there. He's able to actually escape. He gets to pick up onto the Musashi. My Fever Barrage completely whiffed there. I kind of had to use it back into my teammates just to stay alive. Because I think if I fell here, this T1 would be gone for sure. There we go. We go in with the second skill, this physical immunity. This is the only problem going against the Consort U. We traded quite frequently. But back to my point, obviously, onto the Consort U. Consort U is a little bit of a hard matchup here for the side of Marco Polo, because, again, Consort U actually scales into the later game, whereas Marco Polo kind of falls off. So you're trying to get that early to mid-game advantage, but then make use of it. But then if you've got somebody like this Consort U that times that protective win very well, it becomes a little bit of a struggle for you. It's not going to be the easiest gag, and at the same time, with her ultimate as well, that she can kind of lock you into place, you have to make sure that your cleanse is up, or at least have a stun. But there we go. Positioning was a little bit off there for me, but in the end, we did get the kill onto the enemy Consort U. Looking to get the pickup here onto the T2 as well, but Tsuya comes through, clears the minions, which is a little bit unfortunate for us, and Schwangse comes through as well, so we have to get out. But if you look at my itemization here, you can see that I've gone for the Spark Forge. We've locked in the Doomsday. We're looking at going for maybe, I think it's a Succubus Cloak we go here for first. Or, yeah, I think it is the Succubus Cloak, or maybe even be the Frigid Charge. So obviously, the butterflies on Schwangse, like I was saying in the early game, they hit very differently. Like, I don't want to give up my attack speed boots just yet. I want to at least get to kind of like the mid to late game part of it, which is approaching very soon. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. Just trying to get some more resources onto ourselves so we can try and build those defensive itemizations. See, there was the protective wind. She already takes a lot of damage. She uses her ultimate. I use my ultimate. We trade. But the main pressure that we really suffered here from this fight, or this match as general, was this top side. Obviously, because Lee Sin was just having his way with the Dune. Dune actually currently on 1, 5, and 2, which is not the greatest. Obviously, team fight potential. He hasn't really been present either, so already kind of like suffering or not having the greatest game already. But we get a bit of a pushback here. I believe we do kill the Fong before he gets the Shadow Vanguard off as well. So we chase him through to the bush, into the jungle. I mean, committing 3 men onto that was probably a bad move here because obviously Li Shin now going for the attack onto the high ground turret. However, we do translate that into the potential T1 here and maybe even the pickup here onto the Soya. Oh, look at that, man. The flash, the dash, the boom, boom, pow. Woo! Marco Polo coming in so clean. Like, this is, I don't know why. Like, I felt like a superhero playing this skin. I don't know why. I think it's a swooshy cape. But I was doing a lot of dip diving and dodging, but there was me trying to just like, I'm pretty sure on my live stream I was like, I'm just gonna go and give that a love tap, and then like it didn't turn out to be a love tap. It came out to be like pretty much the demise here, because now very damaged Marco Polo up against the consort U is not gonna fly, man. And as you see here, I'm 755. That was my last death actually of the game, but you can see here consort U 661, 7.7k gold. Masashi diving in, then you see obviously the physical defense coming through, immunity of the consort U. So re-diving onto the wrong hero here. I feel like the dive onto the Masashi is probably not the best within this team comp, because if you dive onto the Fang, he can just roll out. He can become untargetable. If you go onto the consort U, she can just use the protective winds, as we thought here we were going to lose, because obviously Li Shin trying to rush the base with the Vanguard, but then we come through here at CC immunity. The execute from the Dun comes through clutch. We are able to maintain the crystal. But as I was saying previously, consort U was around about 7.7k. I'm now 8.6. Looking to build that Shadow Ripper. I feel like I go for a little bit more damage here first, and then maybe I decide to switch it out because I get caught out, or maybe just potentially you get caught out, but definitely going for more damage here. We need it for my team. Between me and Yixing, we're looking to be like the most damage potential here. Dune just mainly meant to be the front line. The idea for sustainability in front line as well. And then obviously Masashi just trying to dive into the back line. Has the attack damage build, but hasn't been going great for him, like I said previously. He's not had the greatest dives. There we go. The idea picking up the kill there. Hams stealing one of my kills. I could have been on 9 kills at the end of it, but unfortunately, it was Ham stealing them away. He's stealing them away. But we take the T2 into the top side of the map as well. So obviously, now that we have the wave, we're looking to create the pressure. Still, consort U is off the cards here. Fang is nowhere near to even try and contest or even defend that T3. The Suya actually does recall as well. Fang puts down his shuriken there. Then I go in with the Fever Barrage into the back line. We're able to escape here thanks to the healing of the Diadeer and obviously the positioning of myself with Shuangzi looking for the rotation as well. Fang as well as the Suya are both down. Shuangzi looking pretty low as well. He's trying to escape, but that shielding comes through and actually clutches his life there. Consort U definitely doesn't want to be very aggressive in this team fight. Not even team fight, just interaction. She was just like, she was ready to go, man. She was ready to go. As you can see, build the Sage Sanctuary as well. So I don't think we build the Frigid Charge in this one, sorry. I feel like I just watched that one or maybe got it a little bit incorrect. I think I might have traded the Succubus Cloak actually to an Ominous Premonition. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try something here. Or that's the other game that I played. But we locked in for the Ominous Premonition because obviously attack speed slows. No, attack's slow, sorry. And it still gives defense physically, and that's where I was really struggling. I wasn't really struggling against the Suya or the Shuangzi at this point in the game. I was pretty agile. I have my second skill kind of using it to great proficiency. But it looks like we actually stay with it for now. We stay for the Succubus Cloak for now. Universal Lure being used very well there by the side of the enemy team Suya just to get that wave clear. We have a 2v2 trying to approach here. I feel like Hams actually does get locked in thanks to the slow of the Shuangzi as well as the slow and the damage over time from the Suya as well. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Hams. I have to get out of there. I have to get out of there. It's better if you die and me stay alive with my Sage's Sanctuary, right? Staying alive with the Sage's Sanctuary, especially for what could potentially brew up here. I mean, there's a matter of like 45 seconds left on this match, so really we're looking to kind of find the closer here. Doing into the back line again, gets the Wind Slash. I use my flash. I completely whiff that one, but then we go in the Fever Barrage. We get the takedown as well. 859 so far is going to be the KDA. We're looking to just do some more damage onto the Shuangzi. Just push him away from this T3. We see this quite a lot within competitive, right? Like, you have that solo minion. There's a lot of heat going onto the enemy team, so you just constantly just putting that pressure on, so they're forced away, so you can just kind of drive your minion into the T3 territory. Box being laid down here as well. We do lose our Sage's Sanctuary, but we do take down the Consort U as well, but double kill going for the Juan here into the mid lane, and this is where the finisher comes through. We have the Vanguard, and it's just me and Juan, and we're holding hands as we take the enemy crystal. But that was the game that I promised to show you with the Marco Polo skin, the Kaito Kid skin there. I hope you really enjoyed the effects. Will you be buying this skin? Did you buy the Conan one after my video? If not, let me know below why. Or is it just kind of like too expensive, recharging, anything of that? What do you think of the Kaito Kid skin as well, or the Kaito Kid skin? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the breakdown, we actually won this game as well, so there's not much kind of like, oh, this is how we lost, but we had a little bit of appearance there saying about the Lee Shin and how he almost bet us in that game. But let me know if you enjoy this content, especially these skin showcases, because it's something I don't normally do. But I thought, hey, we may as well pump out some more content for you guys over on YouTube, right? So thank you very much for checking out the last video. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.